You've probably heard the statement, doing life together is better than doing life alone. And I am a living testimony to that statement. I've done life both ways. There's a time in my life, actually several times in my life, where I have isolated myself, either because the situation just deemed it because there was nobody around my age, or I have isolated myself because I was afraid of getting hurt. There's been many times in my life where people have hurt me, and so I didn't want to have that happen again. So I've isolated myself and put boundaries around where I lived and who I was so that I would ensure that that didn't happen. But you know what I ended up? I ended up being alone. And I ended up having no one to call in the middle of the night if I needed. I ended up not having someone there when my kids were born because I didn't have close, intimate community around me. I've also done life just recently, thankfully, in a totally different way. I have put myself out there. I've been willing to be hurt. I've been willing to understand that I'm going to hurt people and people are going to hurt me, and that's where forgiveness comes in. I have just dived into a community where it's real and it's raw and it's authentic, and we live life together and we talk about our struggles, and we all know that we're just kind of sinful people doing things that aren't right, but we also are there to encourage one another and lift each other up when we fall. And that's what doing life together is about. It's not about being perfect, it's not getting everything you want, but it's about being surrounded by people that can encourage you, that can lift you up, that can be there for you in times of struggle, that can point some of those struggles out when they know that you have a heart after God, and when they see that your heart isn't in tune with that, they can help you and help direct that to where you can get kind of right in the place where God can speak to you again. That's what having community means. So I just want to encourage us to really understand what community is, understand why God told us we needed to do life together, and what type of community we need to surround ourselves with so that we can do life in a healthy way. If this is something that you would love to just kind of take apart and unpackage a little bit more, I wrote a YouVersion plan on this, and I will put the link to it where you can find it. And so I just hope that together all of us can be surrounded by a community of people that will just propel us to go deeper in our relationship with Christ, and that we can have just an incredibly fun time while we're here together glorifying God.